CCTV International.
Upon the 50th anniversary of the diplomatic relationship between Egypt and China, we celebrate the achievements that we achieved hand in hand. So what are the strengths, or let's say advantages, that we can offer to each other for further economic development?
I think the relationship between China and Egypt is, in all sense, a very strategic relationship and a historical relationship. We all know, of course, the history that China and Egypt are really the cornerstones of history and civilizations in the world. But I think the fact that now we have celebrated 50 years of relationship between China and Egypt in the modern days, it is also really a time for us to remember that we have gone a long way together in terms of really, as people, as governments, and as economies, we have been linked to each other. And I think now in this time, it is also a time of change, big change for China. It is time for change for Egypt. And we can really capture this moment by setting a new level of relationship for both countries together for the next 50 years. And I think the very excellent relationship between the leadership of China, Egypt, our president have already visited China 8 times, and he's coming in the next few weeks again to China. Of course, we have continuous visits from the leadership from China, government people, people at length. There is tourism even starting now between the two nations. I think we need really to capture this into something special for the next 50 years. Yeah.
What are your long-term and short-term goals for achieving further economic relationship?
I think in the short term, what we need to do now is to focus on how we can really build more bridges between both communities. And we would like to make sure that trade numbers are going up both ways. We want to make sure that we have more investment in Egypt from Chinese companies, more investment in China from Egyptian companies. But what I hope in the long term we could achieve is really using both countries as gateways to other regions here. And that's what we hope that we can also set the foundation for, because Egypt can offer a lot in terms of accessibility to Africa, Middle East, and Europe. Yeah.
On the other side of the coin, of course, both Egypt and China face a lot of challenges in economic and trade. So in your opinion, what's your major concern, and how can we face the challenges?
Well, I think, the overall concern for both of us is really, productivity, competitiveness, and accessibility. I think we need to continue really to try to access each other's market in a much more competitive way. And I think if I look at it now, I think in our case it's really the infrastructure. We need to make sure we have the roads, we have the ships, we have the supply chain that really link China into Egypt and Egypt into China. Because I think if we have the supply chain in the right way, we can ensure that our products and services are going to be competitive in both countries. Yeah.
The theme of the World Economic Forum held in Sharm el-Sheikh was Egypt is open to business. So that's why we see the free trade zone, we see a one-stop shop. So what are the next moves by the ministry in the year 2006 to 2007, catering the international investments, especially the Chinese investors?
Yeah, Egypt is doing very well in terms of attracting foreign direct investment. Our numbers have more than doubled this year, and we are hoping next year we are going to get to almost $10 billion. Our gross numbers are almost 7% at the moment. We are also very keen now to use our network of free trade agreements between Egypt, the United States, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And we are very keen to see more and more Chinese investment. And for that, we have now special economic zones. We have special areas for Chinese investment. And we are giving a lot of incentives for such investments to be located in Egypt. Yeah.
Minister Rachid, very nice to have you on our program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Thank you.